session from Advantech. And today our invited speaker is Mr. Van Lin. And Van was graduated from our university's electrical engineering department. And after the graduation from our university, he joined Advantech as a senior engineer in IoT, and later started to transform his career from the engineer to the managers. And you can start to see this is his file. And he started to work on many cross-country smart transportation logistics projects. And his successful stories was reported by Commonwealth magazine Tianxia and the Weekend Keep League. And because he is pioneering work in smart transportation in America, and later led him to get a career in a managerial position. I think this also related to many of our group projects about smart logistics and smart transportation. I'm very interested in today's talk. I believe you all will know a lot about how to get a career chance to advance your career, and also from engineering perspective move to venture capital. I forgot one thing. I read the advanced report from Commonwealth. I noticed he initiated several of the pioneering and venture capital projects inside the company. I think we call it as an intra-entrepreneurship, and actually is doing the innovation and entrepreneurship inside Advantech. And after some good failure experience, and start to make big breakthrough and start to build his own team in North America. So I think this is very good case for us to learn. Let's give a big applause to Mr. Van Lin for our talk.
So, hello everyone, my name is Ben. I stand for Advantech. I graduated from here in 2000. So after I graduated from here, then I joined Advantech until now. This year is my 18th year in Advantech. So today I want to stand for Advantech and talk about how we structure what we say about smart city. I assume most of you already enjoy several different classes. The presenter all are from Advantech, so many people already told you about what's Advantech and what's our internal organizations. So again, inside Advantech, we focus on, we say IoT, but the many are about industrial IoT. So inside Advantech, we have three big groups. One is embedding IoT, the other is industrial IoT, and what I belong to is about service IoT. When Advantech define what we say about service IoT means, right now our major topic, what we address for, is about healthcare, retail, and logistics. So our structure like this way. So we will start to talking about, say, application-ready platforms, and try to base on application-ready platform to structure what we say about solution-ready platforms. Then eventually try to provide a software as a service. For this kind of structure, it kind of like a little bit difficult to understand. The key thing is over here, that's the hardware. One piece of some computers that may fit for different applications. But later on, move to these layers, we say computer plus some value-added peripherals. But that's the hardware set. So we all know that hardware doesn't really create values. Key thing is what kind of service, what kind of application you create. So eventually it's here. So of course, most of Taiwanese companies know how to do this kind of thing very well about computer sales. And few companies really know how to put everything together as a package. That's still hardware over here. But it is true that the Taiwan company really doesn't understand how to really create value to the end users. And this is what we aim for. So everyone knows Advantech focus is industrial computer makers. But in the past years, we tried to gradually to migrate ourselves to eventually to be the service providers. Okay, that page is easy one. This page is difficult one. But I believe most of you already see some other page from our different speakers. So Advantech all use this kind of structure to explain what we have. So over here, we have tons of different, we say, vertical-oriented computer, and also peripherals. For example, when we say retail, of course now we have the POS, point of sales, have the advertisement signages, have the kiosk. For medical, we will have the medical computers, have the nursing care card, have some tablet, have some handheld. And for vehicle, of course, have the vehicle computers, no matter what kind of form factors. And we try to combine different kinds of peripheral accessories to let our computer to create some values. Okay. Then, key things about software. So we try to base on different vertical market needs to define the value-added software package. Something more basically related about the function implementations. Something is really talk about analytics. Talk about create some more values. Later on we'll talk more. So we try to base on computers, vertical product computers with the peripherals and plus value-added software and try to aim for the different vertical sectors. Okay. So I try to start from what I most familiar. So that's about fleet management and the logistics. So based on that chart, this is much easy to understand. Advantech is very good to do tons of different vehicle computers based on the vehicle grade, no matter power, shock vibrations, and LT communications, V2X, technology, all those things. We are very good about this in the past 30 years. Then we try to create some values. Value means that, for example, something related to safety. So the basic thing is about tire pressure management. Then later, talk about driver behavior management. Talk about driving, we say ADAS, advanced driving assistance solutions. And eventually, what we want to achieve is to reduce the insurance cost, reduce the fuel cost, and also ensure about much reduce about operation efficiency. And based on the past experience, we are quite successful in the heavy duty, port, warehouse, truck, all these kind of things. So that page still mainly talk about product sales and peripherals. This page, you can see much more say. Eventually, the value what we create, we try to define right now is about cold chain transportations and also driving safety solutions. Why we define these two topics? In fact, you can picture one thing, in the IoT world, in fact, many things, many issues not solved. But maybe we are already familiar with that issues. So we don't think that's the questions, that's the issues. For example, like the cold chain. I'm not quite sure, that 2 years ago, our government tried to survey or try to inspect some logistics company, 5 biggest logistics company inside Taiwan. For example, like a 7-Eleven's delivery service, or Family Mart, or HCT, that means 新竹物流. 5 biggest logistics, we say third-party logistics solution providers. They all do what we say about cold chain delivery service. That means about low temperature delivery service. Government is do the inspections for 2 times. The first time is 100% not qualified. That means the temperatures is not well controlled during the delivery period. Then after 1 month, government inform all the fleet delivery service providers say, I want to audit you again. And then they even inform them what time or what car. That means you even can cheat because I already know what time and I will inspect what car. But 1 month later, after doing the second time of the inspections, still 100% fail. So what does that mean? Means that if someone you live in Hualien or in Kaohsiung and your grandma ships something, maybe something good, delicious, your hometown food to you, but you eat, maybe it doesn't feel so good, don't complain your grandma. It should be the delivery service issues. Again, that is 100% not well control about the cold chain delivery. So cold chain delivery, this kind of topic is a good topic when we talk about fleet management. That means for mature region, what we talk is about food delivery safety or even medicine safety. And the other thing for we say emerging regions, many food will be wasted, will be lost during the shipment cycle, just depend on different countries. For example, recently we worked with China. Their total food lost is about 37% during the proper shipment quality. And India is also something around 38%. So cold chain delivery is a good topic when we talk about fleet management. The other thing is about driver safety. Normally about 2 years ago, like what we say, 26 China's visitor got burned out, got dead in a travel bus. Or 1 year ago, in the highway, one driver just also drove the bus, and also many people died in the highway. And even 1 month ago, one truck driver tried to drive his car and killed 2 police. All these issues, for example, for the Lianhua case, for 2 years ago, 26 China visitor was killed based on that accident. When the travel agency, when the fleet owner know this kind of issue happen, until they check the TV, they see something happened over this. But if you check those bus, they all say they have the fleet management device over there. They have a satellite fleet management solution over there. So I mean, about driving safety, that is the other big issues we need to overcome. So, step back a little bit, say. When we talk about, we say, logistic, it's from the port. We talk about from the port, okay? From the port, then the first logistic, then go to the warehouse, then second logistic, then to retail store. In this period, in fact, if you want to do the 100% paperless check or paperless inspections, and also expect everything to be well managed and well controlled, so you need some device to help you to monitor all the things. This kind of technology is easy, but key thing is how to make it as a seamless one. Every step, every procedure is well monitored. Again, that's what we are working on. And you don't need to know the detail how we solve these things about technical approach. But key thing is we try to fulfill, say, fill in all our solution in each step and to ensure everything is well managed. So again, the cold chain is a good topic and easy for you to understand. So from factory, we talk a lot of things about smart factory. And if we just talk about cold chain, it's very easy to know the factory or warehouse, the building inside about the temperature things. Then we also try to know what happened about the car and also about retail store. Then all the information just sent to the cloud and to do the full chain, cold chains, temperature monitor. Then we can ensure everything is well controlled, well management. Of course, we have some technical approach over there. So this again, it's about the warehouse things. So no matter from the inspection goods, no matter check about stock situations, no matter about some forklift or some AGV, all have a different technical approach to solve the issues. Okay. Right now, this is an easier example for you to understand. Say, when we say cold chain, the most difficult, it's easy to know about the warehouse, the temperature things or factory temperature things, because that's inside the building. But if talk about the fleet, some small technical issues exist for long time, say. We just want to know what's the temperature here, and also try to get the data to the vehicle terminal and transfer to the backend. This is very simple technology. But why this kind of solution doesn't really implement until now? Why, when you ship something, goods or fish from your hometown to your place, why you cannot check, say, this food really can deliver in the right way or not? the key thing is in this period, in the logistic fleet period, something is unknown, and something is the quality is not unmanageable. So, if you talk about technology term, the key thing is you need to have the right sensors over there. So we need to put some sensors inside here and to collect the data and transfer to the vehicle computer and to the backend. But this kind of technology, why so difficult, why cost so high, no matter what installation cost or the equipment cost? The key is no right technology before. So we also try to face in some, because in the IoT field, the key thing is sensing the data is one thing. Sensing, then you can manage it in the cloud, then everything will be visible. So sensing technology right now is the biggest, I would say, biggest things. We need to have some breakthrough that create value. So over here, we just create these kind of sensors. Before we have this, in the past, we just have some cable, have some line, and connect to the vehicle computer, but that cable is very easy to be damaged, broken, and also hard to maintain. And if you use some wireless sensors, of course wireless is good, but battery power and also the signal can go out of the world and to the terminal very stable. That's the other issues. Thanks to the technology. So right now we have one thing called LoRa. LoRa is a good technology, say battery power, and it can use for a long time. So this kind of sensor can run for years. Also easy signal can go through out of the car. And this kind of technology right now we also try to implement in some supermarket. So that means in the supermarket, you just need to put this kind of sensor, put over there, you don't need to connect the cable, all the things. And all temperature, humidity can go to the gateway and transfer to the backend. Technology is simple, just say get the data, transfer to the backend. Okay, this is what we implement in one very key customers. If you check the colors and the UI design, user interface design, you can picture this is which one of which supermarket. Okay. Okay, this is Family Mart. So we help them to monitor all the refrigerators, all the cold chain, warehouse about the situation. But we help them to find out two things. One thing is not all the users or all the consumers really will open the refrigerator's door and close in the right way, so the temperature will be out of control. And also the other thing is the equipment, the refrigerator's health situation maybe have some issues. So you consume too much power or something. So after we help them to do these kind of things, monitor all the things, we help them to find out which refrigerators have some issues. And the temperature always will be well controlled. They also, based on this kind of solution equipment, to deliver to the market side, they are really doing quite good about the food quality and the food control. Okay, that's caution. So talk a little bit more about driving safety. Driving means that we want to monitor the driver behavior. We want to change the driver's mindset. Then we need to detect something. So again, IoT things is we want to sensing something first. So we try to use some technology, say, how about we know how he driving the car in the right way or not? So for example, for this kind of technology, say, we try to have one pretty intelligent camera, help them to detect what kind of the accident in the front. For example, like a departure lane frequently, or he approaching the car aggressively, and we try to alarm the system. And we also try to have some driver diagnostic system, say, try to know how does he using the phone, does he sleep, does he defocus or something. Then, if you talk about some other application, for example, like e-bus, this is also quite hot topic for some emerging region. So they try to have some one terminals to provide all kinds of service, no matter the advertisement, no matter driving safety, no matter all the IT technology or advertisement in one device, and implement all these kinds of things. Okay. For example, the other good case is what we are already implement for many cities about we call about intelligent ambulance systems. So in this ambulance, the key thing is we install one device over there and that all the medical equipment to connect with the backend. So that means when the patients get into the ambulance and all the related patient signals, no matter about heartbeat, blood pressure, all those things, will transfer to the backend immediately and also include about the videos. So when you get into the hospital, you will not need to recheck everything again. You will get the real data and can try to gain more time to save the patient's life. Okay. I try to play one video.
Please maintain a safe following distance.
For example, we have one camera in the front and they help the driver to detect he switch lane frequently or not.
Maintain a safe following distance.
And if he approaching the front car too aggressively, we will know that. And in the back end, we also can do all the adjustments and all the management to these drivers. %90 of the car accident is about approaching the front car too aggressively and switch the lane, not say in a good way.
Please do not use a cell phone when driving.
So when you get into this kind of car, if you drive the car not in the right way, in a dangerous way, and the system will allow all the things.
Please do not eat when driving.
But you need to believe one thing, that's really happened. Because this kind of driver, they need to drive 8 hours or even 10 hours per day. So they really need to finish most of the things in the car.
Please pay attention to the road. Please keep your eyes on the road. Please keep your eyes on the road.
Okay. So we can sense the thing. Sensing the thing, then all the things will be manageable. So when we sense the data and we can manage all the data, and for this kind of technology, right now what we adopt is we combine with his driving behavior, says like a heart rate or what kind of gears, RPMs, and also the fuel consumption with his driving behavior, combined with the weather conditions, combined with his destinations, how far or some things. Then we work out some big data. Then eventually we work out one we call good driving models based on the big data analytics. So right now, our device really can be able to coach the driver to drive in the right way. So you can picture one thing, say, for example, if one commercial vehicles, overall his insurance cost around maybe 100K NT dollars. But right now, he just need to spend a little bit money and invest in this kind of system. Eventually, he can reduce most of his insurance cost and also increase our operation efficiency. Some other more real case is what we ever implement before about what we call fleet management. This is where we work with Panasonic for USA school bus. We know that USA really care about student safety, especially about school bus. School bus in the USA have the 100% about we say roll run. And also we help Columbia to implement the intelligent e-bus system. That is about 12,000 e-bus. And their e-bus system is much more intelligent than what we have in Taipei. And frankly speaking, Taipei's e-bus solutions is Advantech tried to implement about 8 years ago.
This is the USA's waste management fleet. He tried to, based on this technology, try to know the right now in Taipei, if you want to throw your garbage, you need to wait on the street, but they have some friendly app, and also they try to weigh your garbage, but every time you throw to the car, so they can have the real charging model of that. This is about the ambulance. So right now, ambulance on the road, he just based on his 100% road ride. So even he run into the traffic, then that's the issues. Then we also try to guide them where is the most shortage path. So no matter combined with the barcode or RFID or kinds of the different AGV technology, and try to let the warehouse to be, let's say, humanless. And this system is also combined with the what we call about WMS system. So all the things were linked to the vendor's stock situation, so it can automatically to implement about Factory 4.0 concept. So we also monitor the drivers, all the fact, and try to create what we call about in-cab driver coaching system. So if any wrong behavior, we will inform the drivers, we will inform his managers. So right now what we say is in fact in this kind of car we install many these kind of sensors, try to monitor all the situations about that. So right now for the USA big fleet, they even can just hire a 22, 24 years old girl to drive this pickup. No need to have a 50 years old experienced one to have this. And for some Peru, Malaysia, they have this kind of mining machine. They also expect about some safety considerations and also dispatch about this kind of vehicles. You can see the interesting point about this car, no driving space. So this is what we call autonomous mining vehicle. So that's about logistics and fleet management. So about the retail, that's the same concept. Say we have tons of different computer machine and the peripheral and accessories we have for retail store, and we will try to aim for different service, no matter about the advertisement, like people flow detections, like about post loss prevention, about anti-cheating solutions, about all kinds of the heat map, all the things, help the store managers or help the big boss to see whoever come to your place and how long he stay in this stop and how much he spends. And also try to help people to do more deeper about what we call about CRM analytics. So we install kinds of different sensors, have different technology, and try to help to implement all these kind of things. So of course, many different computer, no matter what kind of form factors, for payments, for advertisements, for kiosk, for interactive, for hospitalities, many things. And so what we try to create is, say, for example, something maybe more interesting about store traffic analytics and the heat map analytics, and also about the people's male and females identifications, and also his behaviors. So many good examples about this. But of course, different country, different store, they have some different budget, different some ideas. So they may implement face by face. but most of one still expect some, try to install this kind of technology, try to know more about their customers. So again, we work quite close with this supermarket. And also have some integrate with some 3D camera, with some software algorithm, and try to know more about the consumers' behaviors. Okay, this is the hard part. So for some countries, especially again for some emerging countries, no matter about fleet, no matter about retail store, no matter about hospital, they all worry about say people cheating things. So they also want to use some technology, try to know how to do anti-cheating from their staff, from their team members. And even a very simple application, but that is also this big chain store, they worries about customer certification. So they also try to use some very easy technology to know their customer is feel happy or not, and also have a complaint, very efficient complaint window. Okay. So about retail, the key story is very simple. Say, we have those computer terminals. We have those sensor solutions. Help our retail managers to know what exactly happens about the store, know about safety, and also try to help them to analyze the customer's behavior. And if talk about medical, in fact, Advantech has many medical customers. No matter that's a big brand, no matter that's just a hospital, or that's a GE, that's a Siemens something. So again, the same structure. We have tons of different computers you will need in the hospital environment. So for example, like this kind of car is for nurse. So when they visit every room, you have a computer to do the, we say, or intelligent nurse service. And also have some terminals for some, we talk about bedsides. Bedside terminal means that when you take a long time for airplane, you will expect to have a monitor over there to see the movies. But the plane maybe take about 12 hours or even longest is 20 hours. But if you stay in the hospital, in most of the time you will stay for 3 days, 5 days, or even 2 weeks. Why just have a TV over there? So have some, we say, mature the country, they will expect some bedside terminal for some patients' entertainments, and also try to improve some patient and the relationship with the hospital. Also, rarely if you go to the hospital, especially Taiwan, the doctor will just sign something and write down something in a paper, and in most of cases, nurse cannot read that. And in some cases, even you check with the doctor, say, what you are writing, and doctor say, let me think, I'm not quite sure. Okay, so make it as the digitalized, and make it as the paperless. And right now, the other good story say, right now, sensible technology, we have a 4K, 8K video. So that means we can record the videos inside the operation room or inside somewhere, and do some remote medical trainings, or do some remote medical, we say, mental system. So based on all this technology, we have tons of different applications we try to implement. Try to help the people stay in the hospital, have more comfortable environment, and also try to not due to wait in hospital for a long time. You are not sure when you can get into the doctor's room, and also ensure most of your information can be very easy to trace. So start from the nursing card, and also try to manage all the medicine. No matter you believe or not, in the different country, always will happen, say, nurse or doctor give you the wrong medicines. Even he write up with the right medicine, but in their medical warehouse, they still have the chance to deliver the wrong medicine to the patients. But these things will be fine or not, in most of cases, no. Because you take those medicine, you may feel good, you may feel bad, but they will say that's your personal issues. So how to link the medicine warehouse, medicine stock, and try to inject to the right patient, that's also the other technology we are trying to implement right now. So try to create 100% correct about the hospital environment. That is the other key goal for us. So in the hospital field, in fact, many things we are trying to install, no matter about operation room, because right now for 4K and 8K video quality, so we can have some microscope, have some very detailed medical image to capture, to record, to transmit, and to share with everyone. Have some, for example, right now, as I know that at least for NTU's hospital, they also have this kind of solution. So when they do this kind of the operation, they can share all the things real time to other big mentors, link with some USA hospital and try to have some real-time coaches about how to do that better. So many things in the hospital we can try to improve. No matter in the nursing care room, no matter in the patient room, no matter in the waiting place. So all what we do, for example, like Taiwan, we always say nurse is really say tough and very difficult job functions. One patient may need to take about 3 or 8 patients over there. So how to reduce their efforts, how to let the technology help, this is our goal. Okay, too many minutes. So we also have tons of good examples. In most of cases, some in Taiwan, some in China, some in Singapore, many things. So this is in Beijing. Their key thing is try to have some good IT equipment in their operation route. And also Taiwan's Yadong Yuan. And this one is most popular and people always will attack when they say about iHospital. So this one is the thing, say, when you want to do check-in and you can very efficient to do that and you can know how long you need to wait. So try to find an easier way to inform the nurse what happens, and also some other things. Okay? I know I run out of time. Thank you. So this is in Beijing. Their key thing is try to have some good IT equipment in their operation route, and also Taiwan's Yadong Yuan. And this one is most popular and people always will attack when they say about iHospital. So this one is the thing, say, when you want to do the check-in and you can very efficient to do that and you can know how long you need to wait. So try to find an easier way to inform the nurse what happens and also some other things. Okay. I know I run out of time. Thank you.
Any question? Okay, do you have any question?
I'm curious how much of some of the ANS solutions are developed in-house at Advantech. I know you work with third parties on a lot of it, but how much, like the manufacturing, is that all done in
Okay.
the software, the machine learning?
Okay. So the first thing is Advantech always will tell people the truth. If that's in-house, that's in-house. If that's not, that's outside. So for example, about ADAS, about software part, about analytics part, we work with external third parties. But about some hardware, all those things, that of course we will buy. But I need to explain the other things. You can see in this IoT world, many things is not only one company can do that. And Advantech is not really so good say, we can make everything together. But thanks to Taiwan have a good environment say about you can visualize it. Many just students like you, and they will graduate and they will support by the teachers, by university or by research centers. They will own some good technology over there, but they may not have a way to promote their solution to those. So Advantech kind of like platforms. So we are technology platforms, we are social platform, we are marketing platforms. So right now, Advantech key strategy is we will try to define some right markets we want to aim for, and we have suitable computer overlays. And when we try to form out our solutions, of course, we need to team up with many ecosystems. So we want to create one image say, any company have a good technology, welcome to connect with Advantech. And when our potential customer contact with Advantech, that means not only Advantech, we have a whole ecosystem you can connect. So Advantech is not the only one company, but the whole ecosystem, especially for Taiwan's technology companies. So, for example, for this case, in fact, over here, at least you need to have 12 different kinds of components, and you may need to have more than 40 or 50 technology, even just for payment, also a lot of different technology over there. So we will try to create this kind of platform and integrate many different kinds of vendor solutions, especially Taiwan vendor solution inside here to make it good. Yeah. So that's it. That's it, please. Okay.
Other question. Maybe I can ask for Yuan and Sony. They are from the also our EE department.
Okay.
Do you want to ask some question? How a EE major student become director in private sector? If I were you, I would ask this question. Yeah. Okay, I ask about that. Yeah. If from a EE major student, they how to transform career from engineer to manager or director?
Let me double check one thing. Who is have the engineering? Who is from engineering department? You too. Why you are here? Okay. No, sorry. I think that something you don't want to mention. Okay. So my story like this way say Cheng Kung University, then NTU Research Center something. So when I joined Advantech, of course, start from engineer. But when I work as an engineer, then I found one thing: the engineer meaning is follow the product manager's definitions to work out the products. Then the first question I had is why this product? Because when product manager or for some manager define something, then that's the Bible. You just need to follow every sentence to make it happen. No matter what kind of CPU, RAM size, what kind of USB port, what kind of the working temperature, all those things. Then I find I'm just the one to implement that. I'm not the one to make the Bible. So I find that again, thanks for NTU. So I'm quite good to be a good engineer. When I joined Advantech for first year or second year, I already own one individual product developed by myself. But then I find out that I follow that Bible to make that happen, but that doesn't really sell in the good values. Then I say, can I to be the Bible maker? So I find that not really the engineering is not important. It's still important, but I find to be the one to make the Bible is more meaningful. So I start to aim for more meaningful tasks. And again, in the technical company, the good thing is if you have a good engineering background, that's much more easy to access some other job functions. So I just continue to find out something which is more meaningful. And when I really try to touch as a product manager, my boss give me a job and say, oh, okay, you want to do a product manager, that's good. So in the daytime, you can be the product manager, but in nighttime you still the engineer. So I make the Bible and I implement the Bible. So in that period, I find out making Bible is important, but how to make that Bible is the other thing. So you need to know the market, you need to know the technology, and you need to have the customer thinking. So that is also the other story.
why I eventually also choose a fully management company. I also have one background. I was born from Hualien. Okay, my hometown is Hualien, and my father, he working on, we say, fully management business before, but that's very traditional one. Okay, he had his own truck and also have 30, like say, employee to ship some, integrate all those things together and try to find a path out. So eventually, I try to become the division leaders inside Advantech. So the methodology will be, all of us will have the good some backgrounds and try to use your background. And in IoT world, frankly speaking, a lot of things can do. And IoT only can make value in one thing, use the technology in the traditional life, traditional business. Then that would really create values. Then that can really help about the people. So again, factory, boring. Factory automation, boring. But right now, because I have a good topic, say factory 4.0s, it seems that all things get new. So that's IoT thing. Okay.
Okay, I think today we have very nice talk from them. We just give applause to them.